Okay, welcome everyone. This is our first TechKNOW Tuesday installment that we're offering this summer. Throughout the course of the summer, we will be offering just information for you as staff members of something you might not be familiar with. And today we're going to be talking about Google Keep, which is absolutely one of my favorites. But again, this is going to be every Tuesday throughout the summer, so please feel free to hop on at 11 o'clock and learn something new. It's just going to be short, 30 minutes tops. Today might be even a little bit less, and we hope that you learn something new. So what we're going to be doing today again is Google Keep, and I absolutely love Google Keep. What it is it's a built-in to the Google platform, and it's a really sticky note version so that you can take notes, but it's so much more than that too. So if you would like to access Google Keep, you can access it a number of ways. The easiest way is using the apps launcher, which is those 9 dots on any Google application. So whether it's in your Drive, if you're on your email, you can access it there as well. Or if you're logged into Google Search, that's another great place to access it. So if again I click on my Google Apps, up pops up some of the most recently used apps. You might not see Google Keep up there to begin with, but if you scroll down, chances are Google Keep is going to be in that next section. The icon is a little post-it note with a light bulb on it, and when you click on that, a new tab will pop up. And this is what your Google Keep tab will look like. So I'm going to start by just kind of showing you some basics, and then I'll show you some of the really cool things that I like about Google Keep. So again, Google Keep is a virtual sticky note. What you can do is you can notice there's this take a note option. So I can start taking a note. When I click on it, it gives me, I can title the note and then actually start typing the note in the bottom. So for example, if I wanted this to be, maybe there was a meeting that I had, so I might have my meeting notes. That's going to be my title, and then below I can start typing what I want to remember from Google Keep. So, check email about new plan, etc. When I am in this note, you'll notice that I have some additional features below. The first one is a remind me feature. This is great if maybe you want to be reminded to do something on a certain day. You can click on it. You have the option to be reminded at a specific time or date. You also have the option to be reminded at a place. Google Keep does have an app for your smartphones. So it's, just with the Google Suite, it's all tied in. So if you do have that location setting turned on and you have Google Keep on your phone, maybe you have a reminder, remind me when I get home to start laundry. You can do that, and you can pick a place as well. Also, under your options, you have a collaborator. This is where you can add additional people that you would like to be able to see this note. So, I am the owner of this, our instructional technology department, but maybe I want to share this note with a small team of people. So I can say, okay, I'm going to be searching for myself. And there I am, so I can select that. And when I hit save, you'll notice that my little person icon pops up along the bottom, and I can also add, if I add Sarah, who's also on here, you'll notice now her icon is there too. So it shows you who has access to this Google Keep. When you invite someone to the Google Keep, they will receive an email where they can then say, so-and-so has shared a note with you, and then they would click on it and would bring them directly to their Google Keep. Also along the bottom, we have the option to change the colors. If you're someone who's very visual or has a lot of notes, maybe you want all of your school ones to be green, all your home ones to be pink. You have some of those options. Also along the bottom, we have the ability to add an image. This is great if you want to maybe include a screenshot of something that you found. Maybe it's a great tech tool, or you took a picture of your calendar, your hard copy calendar, and you want it digital. You can include images. This is an archive button. Instead of deleting the note, you can archive it so it is saved for you for moving forward. And then we also have the three dots, and again on Google, the three dots is your friend. You can click on that, and then it gives you some additional options, like deleting the note if you don't want it archived, adding labels to notes. That's another great way to help you organize your Google Keep. You can insert drawings if you use Google Drawings, making copies, and then the two bottom ones are actually some of my favorites. Copy to Google Docs, so everything you type in your notes, you can copy directly to a Google Doc. So maybe you have a lot of brainstorming ideas that you were just, throwing out there, but now you're like, oh, I want it moved. You don't have to copy and paste it. You can just copy it directly to a Google Doc. And what it does is it will open, it will give you that option to open that doc. It gives that title that you have, and then all of your what you have typed is copied over. And then again, the other one that's really great is this show checkboxes. So maybe instead of having this meeting note, and I'm just going to close that for a second, maybe I want to do a to-do list. And if you type in to-do list, you can show checkboxes. This would give you an option to say, okay, well, I need to start laundry, or I need to cut the grass. You'll notice we have these checkboxes there. So once I have something completed, I can click off of it. I already started my laundry. I can do that, and it will show that that has been completed. Now, this is also really great if you are sharing it with other people. Maybe there's a committee that you would like to work on a project, and you have all these ideas, and we have to-do lists. Well, as if you share it with someone else, they would all see the to-do list, and then they could check it off as they go as well. You'll notice as I continue to add notes, they just kind of fill in any which way. So I'm just going to do another one, just so you can kind of see how they look, how different versions of them look. Again, you have all the same options, so once one is submitted, I can change the color if needed. And then as you hover over, you'll notice that there's this pin note option. This is great if you have a bunch of them like me. Like I said, I use Google Keep all the time. And you want to organize it, you want the important ones at the top. So when I hover over, I can pin this note. You'll then notice that it is organized with all your pinned ones along the top, the most important ones, and the others are floating below. Again, you can delete the notes once you are done with them. You could also choose to archive them. All of your notes are kept along in the dashboard labeled notes. If you wanted to archive, you could search your archived as well, and you could also search your trash if you recently deleted one. Here's labels if you wanted to add new labels. So maybe I wanted to have a school label, and I also wanted to have a home label. You'll notice that now my labels are along the side, and if I wanted to, I can add a label to this one, and this one is going to be school. And you'll notice that that label just pops up along the bottom to help you organize. Maybe this to-do list is home, so I go to add a label. This is a home one. And then another way to search versus being pinned is I could click along the left-hand side, and I would see all of my notes that are labeled home, or all of my notes that are labeled school. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. There's a couple more things I want to show you with Google Keep, but if there are any questions about some of the basics of Google Keep, now would be a great time to ask. Okay, So one of the things that I really like about Google Keep is, so we can use our Google Apps, and then you'll notice that we have this main screen that has all of our notes. But what you can also do is you can access Google Keep from most of the Google Suite items. So for example, if I'm in my Google Doc, and you might not have noticed this, but along the right-hand side of my Google Doc, I have some options. I have my calendar, so I can actually pull up my calendar and it will show me everything that I have scheduled for the day. But there is also that keep icon. So maybe I am looking at an agenda, a meeting agenda, and I want to take a note about that. I can do that. You don't have quite as many settings when you are using this sidebar Google Keep, but it is still great. So you'll notice there's that take a note feature. I can click on it, and maybe this is about the meeting agenda. Because I am inside a Google Doc, it automatically tags that Google Doc. You can get rid of that tag, so maybe you don't want that to be tied to this note. But let's say I do, so I want to add stuff to the agenda. I am inside this Google Doc, it automatically tags that. When I click done, it just adds it to my list. But you'll notice if I go back to my main Google Keep, or even if I get out of this document, it doesn't matter. Here is that meeting notes agenda, and I can click on it. I can click on this and it will automatically open up that document. This is great if you are one of those people that is like, oh, this is really important, I need to remember to do something. But then when it comes the time to actually do that, you're like, oh, where was that document? You can keep that in your Google Keep. And again, it's tagged right there. So you can access it in Google Docs. You can access it in Google Slides as well. The other great place is you can access it via your email. So again, here is our email. Google Keep is along the sidebar. I can click on that keep icon. All of my notes are populated. And then I can do some of the same options like deleting and archiving. Again, from this view, I can't add collaborators. I can't add pictures, but you can do some of the basic typing. So for example, if I was opening up, let's open up this Osmo email. I'm reading this email and I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I contact someone about Osmo. I go to take a note. You'll notice that email is linked there. Again, another great way. So I want to contact them. I can hit done. If I get out of this Osmo email, you know, I've done other things. I'm outside of it. It's lost now in all my emails that I have. What I can do is I can go to my Keep, click on it, and again, there is that link to that email. So all I have to do is click on it, and it opens up that email that was linked there. And it's just going to take a little bit, but there it is. There's that email. Another great thing about Keep is you'll notice that now that this email is open, when I have it open on the right-hand side, a related option pops up. So we have our recent and we'd have our pinned, but we have our related. So because this email is open, that note automatically pops up to the top. If I were to get out of this email, you'll notice that it just then floats below. And let's see, where is it? It would be right here. The Osmo one just floats below. So Keep is really great because of those linking features that you have. Same thing if you are in your Google Calendar. So when I open my calendar, again, along the right-hand side, you'll notice that you don't have the calendar icon, but you do have the Keep icon. I can open up that Keep icon and then take notes from here as well. Okay. So to answer Jackie's question, so when we have something like the Remind Me setup, let's say I want to remind myself later today at 8 p.m., I'm going to add that reminder. When I go back to my calendar, and I am here, it doesn't put it in your calendar. You'll notice there's not something at 8 p.m. That is one downside to Google Keep, and that's where if you are looking for something that directly reminds you and is linked inside your calendar, you're probably going to want to use Tasks, which is a different Google product that we're not talking about today. But if I were to click on it, this meeting agenda, I think it was the meeting agenda 1, I would get a reminder via email. Okay, today at 8 p.m. I would get that. Okay, I'm gonna pause again. Those are why I like Google Keep. Are there any questions? One of those Google hidden treasures that not many people know about, but like I said, I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. If I were to show you my personal Keep, I mean, I have so many notes of just things, and it's a really great tool to help you stay organized and your committees stay organized as well.